Hello. I just want to give you an update of what I've been working on with the box creator. I think I am done. I've added all the extra features that have been requested. There's some I left out just because it started complicating the actual box creator, and I wanted to still keep it simple. So maybe in future templates, I'll create a different version. I had some requests to do a Rubik's Cube, something up that opens up into, it splits the cube apart, kind of like a multi, and it comes together as a cube. So what I'm going to do is create something later on to fulfill those requests. So for now, let me show you some of the new features that I have added. One thing somebody had asked is if I can add text to all the different sides in the transition, which that's what I did here. If you can see, there's text on all the different sides. Okay. And I also added this transition that's a lot faster and quicker and has a few little more flips. So that's one extra transition speed that I had added. Okay, let's see what else is new. I also gave an example of having multiple cubes on one screen just to show you that multiple cubes can be added at the same time. Also, somebody had requested if we can do kind of like a soft edge cube. So I did that as well. So I added that into features. And we have different options as well. So if we go into the settings for the box appearance, you can see I have different levels of softness. And then we also have sharp. And also I wanted to show someone asked for like a cereal box type of product that can be achieved also with the box creator by just changing the width and depth. And with this one here, I can show you really quick. With this one here, these lines, this yellow and black, all that is a transparent image. As you can see, this is it right here, just a yellow and black lines, and then I filled in with a solid color underneath, and the text is actually using the text that's already part of the cube generator. But if you want, you also have the option to turn off the text if you want, and turn off the color as well. Of course, that makes it transparent, or just add a full image of whatever box you want to use. So you have many options you can play with this as well. So I've done that as well to demonstrate the full box, how it looks. All right. And also I had a few requests to do kind of like a bug on the bottom. So I did this right here, just to give you an example of how it looked like. And of course, this can be slowed down by stretching out the generator. And this is pretty much was done by going into the box appearance. I can turn, now I added the ability to turn off the border. So you can make it, bring the borders in like you have here, or bring it down to there. And then I just added some drop zones to all the different sides. And for the top drop zone and the bottom one, I just turned it off so it doesn't show anything. So you have the option of turning things on to make it full cube. So I just turned those off. So the only ones that show is the four sides. So that's how you get that little cube turn. And also what's new is a lower third. So this is completely new. This is part of the titles. Sorry about that. And this actually gives you the option. I'm going to show you some of the options here. You can turn to all four sides, or just have it turn to one side, or have it not turn at all once it lands. As far as the animation when it comes in, we have different options. Let me open up here to the animation. You can have it come from the top. You can have it from the top. You can actually combine some of these. So this one right here, if I want it to come from the top, you can do that. I'm going to actually add a fade in. I just realized I need to add a fade in so it can fade in from wherever it wants. You can have it come from the bottom. So it comes in from the bottom. I also have it so it comes from the left or the right, and you can combine these together so it kind of comes from the left as well from the bottom as well. Left or right. we also have different kinds of turns. So if I turn this off, let's say to none, just so we can see the spins, I have different speed of spins. So one does a full turn. So it turns on the Y, on the X. See that? If I do more, if I do a higher number, it spins more times. See, it spins a few times and eventually it stops. And it's the same thing if I turn that off. I can just have it turn on the X alone. Same thing, if you just want it to turn once as it's coming in, you can do that. Bam. Or you can have it turn multiple times. So you can use this with the combination of these, of the left, right, bottom, top, or just simple fade in or fade out. And I also added a scale, so if you want to scale it as well, either by itself or with the rotations, the choice is yours. And I can also scale it on the X, on the Y, or both combined. So that's on the XY. All right, I have to go in there and fix this. It seems like the Y is not connected, so I have to just go in there and fix that really quick, but it's going to give you the option to either scale in on the X or on the Y. So I'll fix this right away and I'll be ready for it for its final release, which I should be releasing. I planned either next week or the week after. I have to do a full tutorial for this and get everything ready for marketing and for shipping. Well, not for shipping, for digital delivery. So I have to package everything, do some tests, release everything to the members so they can do a beta test and they can get their early release for all current members. And also the same thing for the middle. Once it lands, you can have it turn on the first turn. So after 4 seconds, there'll be actually after a few seconds, because this is all depending on how long this is. So the longer this generator is, the longer it takes between turns. So that's how you can time how long each side is on there for. So if, for example, the first turn, I can have it turn like that, or I can have it do a full turn. So what it does is, instead of just, it turns one full turn to the other side, bam. So it does a full 360 turn. So instead of just going to 2, it actually keeps turning until it comes back to 2 again. So that just gives you a little bit of different variety to it. And also, if you wanted to turn one more time, you can do that as well. And then the final time to the final turn, you can do it as well, either a full turn or a 360 turn. I have to change the order of this. It should be first, second, and third. So I'm still beta testing as I'm creating. So, and then at the end, you can actually end the animation either the same way as the beginning. Either you can push it down, left, right, have it rotate X or Y or both, and I can have it scale X or Y. So let me see if disable this. Okay, let me see if this is, let me turn this off here, let me turn it off here, and let me turn, I can leave that on. Okay, so I still have to work on this XY. This is the last thing I've added. So I haven't applied it yet. I just added the parameters, but I have not applied it. So when this is done, it's going to have the ability to control the scale. So it scales down on the X and then scales down on the Y. So I'll work on this right now and have that fixed by the time this is ready for release. Also, we have the ability to change the colors. So if you want the color to be red, and as far as the drop zone, each side has its own drop zone, as well as you can turn it off if you want. So if you don't want a drop zone on any side, you can do that. And you can also turn the text on or off. You can change the scale position of the drop zone, and also have either a circle, like more of an oval-esque kind of look, or you can just turn it off so it's just full all the way through. And you have colors for that, or in the colors for the full bar as well. And that's pretty much it for the lower third. So this is something that was also requested and I've added to this template. So this is all going to be part of the box treater template pack. So when you download this template pack, you're going to get everything that you saw that I created here. So with one template pack, you're going to have transitions, the box generator. You're going to be able, with just that box generator, you can create the bugs, a box, any kind of box that you want, and also you'll get the lower third. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you for your valuable time, and have an amazing day.